Hello and welcome to the post-game show of the Bears and Packers. Bears lose 19-20 on a very tough last play, and it sucked in the moment. I was very mad, but I look back at it and go, that was the best way for the Bears to lose in my eyes, because it sucks you get a field goal blocked, but Caleb Williams looked awesome in the last drive. And if that's how you're going to lose, that's how I would rather lose that than like a nasty interception. Looked awesome on
Fumble
the
or something like that.
third 19. That was an awesome way to get out of that. Couldn't really done more than just made a field goal. And it sucks that they got blocked, but I want to be mad about it, but if you really in the grand scheme of things, you're not making the playoffs. Even at 5-5, you still got a tough division left. You've seen the Detroit Lions are just destroying everybody. You still got to play them twice. But you still want
Someone
to beat
said the
Packers.
Lions are beating teams like they paid them $1.7 million to come play.
Yeah. You still want to beat the Packers. I hate the Packers. You always hate the Packers. But in a way of losing, that was about as not like it didn't really have much to do with it didn't have anything to do with the offense struggling at the end.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot to hang your hat on. And then, like, one of the things that I had seen, just going through Twitter, someone was like, absolute coward coaching to play for a field goal. I'm like, here's the thing, though. If you want to argue that, if they keep going for it and try to score and something bad happens, then everybody's like, what a moron. Why do you not kick the field goal? So you're damned if you do and damned if you don't.
You can say what you want, dude. He is automatic from there. He got a field goal blocked.
That was the right coaching call. I know Eberflus and everybody hates him. That was the right call.
Everyone wants more yards and you want to run the ball, but the defense knows what's going on. And I can't get mad at the play calling. Like, you can only get mad at I'm not an Eberflus guy. I don't think he's going to make it through to next season. But that game wasn't his fault in that spot. I mean, any coach would have gone for a field goal there.
The fact of the matter is the Bears gave up 20 points and lost.
Yeah.
And the offense, I'll say this as a Packers fan, like the Bears played well enough to win this game. I think the Packers also did not show up very well for this game. It was a combination of both, but it was the best that the Bears have looked in a Bears-Packers game in a very, very long time. So people can say what they want, but like you kick that field goal 100 out of 100 times.
No, with that last possession, I have no problem with it. I mean, the third 19 was just awesome to get you. Then you get the fourth down. You get him down there, and you get a blocked field goal. There's not really. That's football, unfortunately. And a few yards isn't going to make you not get the field goal blocked. Everyone wants more yards. You want to get as close as you can, but he had made a 53-yarder. It was like a 46.
Yep.
It can't be. You can't just always have a problem with the coaching staff.
Yeah, exactly. I thought that last, or the way that Caleb Williams played in that fourth quarter, that's something you guys got to look forward to. I mean, he has now successfully ran, 2, if not 3 late fourth quarter drives that should have won them the game and the Washington game and today. Like sometimes that just happens.
Yeah. And your 2 rookies went out there and made some plays. Roma Dunze made an awesome catch there by the sideline. Caleb Williams making those awesome plays. Roschon Johnson looked really good. DeAndre Swift had that awesome touchdown. I mean, there's not much to be mad about with this game. I mean, yeah, you're always mad about a loss, but a 5-5 Bears team going into this next what would be 7 games left.
Yeah.
They're not making the playoffs. I'm sorry.
No. Shoot, I still don't even know if the Packers are going to make the playoffs.
No, I mean, the NFC is good.
Yeah. It's It's one of those. So, like, from my perspective, I thought the Packers played awful today, and the fact that, like I said, this is like the most interesting Bears Packers game that we've had. The NFL is just better when the Bears are competent, and these games, like this, has been one of the. Obviously, we're both a little biased because of who we cheer for, but like that was just an incredible football game. If you weren't a Bears or Packers fan,
I have a
because
question,
I could
Boomy.
sit here and say they played terrible. Obviously, you're saying that they lost. It's not never fun, but like that was just a fun football game to watch.
Yeah. And Boomy, thoughts on the fourth down that you did not get? Would you have rather the field goal
Dude,
there?
okay, so here's the analytics say you go for it, and I don't have a problem with going for it. It's that whole red zone drive. The Packers should have won this game by 10 points because they throw the interception to the goal line, and then you have that horrible sequence after the huge play by Christian Watson, and you go down, you run the ball twice, and then a bad third down, and then you go for it. And it was just a horrible sequence of play calls there in the red zone. Um, I don't have a problem going for it, but you got to have better play calls in the red zone than that.
And then what did you think about the play call on the 2-point conversion?
I thought that was. I think everybody and their brother knew that was coming.
Yeah.
I am much more of a fan on a
Shotgun?
2-point.
Why go out of shotgun?
Well, and I have no problem if you're going to do that, but like throw the ball then. You know what I mean? If
Yeah,
your
because
intention,
you're losing yards if you're going to run it.
yeah, I've always been a much bigger fan of running some sort of like tight end or wide receiver screen set to get the ball to the outside a little bit on a 2-point conversion. I think running on a 2-point conversion is so risky. I feel like it's just not there. Like most teams think they know it's coming. I would much rather them have put like Taylor Kraft in a position to make a catch right, in front of or right in the end zone, or have one of the wide receivers running an out or something. I just feel like everybody and their brother knew that was going to be a run. And that's why I think that the nice thing is I think that LaFleur recognizes that and usually tends to, in the history of his tenure in Green Bay, will make adjustments to that. And seeing how bad the red zone and the 2-point conversion, like that's something that has to be improved on if you plan on being a playoff team.
Yeah, and for the Packers too, I mean, I'm not trying to be whatever, but you got to catch the ball. You can't be. They dropped so many. What was it? They're first in the NFL on drop passes.
Tied for second on drops in the NFL.
It's like, dude, you got to help. It's the second year. You got to help Jordan Love out.
The problem is that the wide receivers are all young and dumb too. We don't have that veteran guy. Like I think the Bears did a really good job at getting Keenan Allen, even though his numbers might not be as good. You have that guy. The Packers would greatly benefit from a guy who's near the end of his career, like a Keenan Allen, just to have that guy that isn't going to, have his rookie or second year jitters and dropping ball like 20, what they say, 22 drops on the season.
That's crazy.
Like, and that's also, you have one of the youngest wide receiving cores in the NFL. Those are going to happen, but you have to supplement that with a veteran guy who's going to have those catches.
The refs stunk both ways. There were one on each team that they just didn't call a false start.
Yeah, that one there. That one there, I think it was on the last drive.
Roshan Johnson was just waiting for the flag to be thrown, and then he's like,
"Yeah,
oh, crap, I still got to go."
Yeah, it wasn't the NFL's best officiating, but like you said, it was at least inconsistent on both sides. I felt like
it was fun to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. I've said this since we started this podcast. The NFL is much more enjoyable when Bears-Packers games are good and tight.
I think this is a start of many years of Bears-Packers being fun to watch and competitive, and not like, oh man, the Bears are going to get their ass kicked or whatever. Yeah. I think it's really going to start being more competitive.
Right. And I had even said, I was talking to my buddy Tyler, who's a big Packers fan, and like I felt like this was a game that the Packers didn't even deserve to win. They just kind of like lucked themselves. Obviously, there's not as much luck, but like you get a block kick, and the way that the offense, they did end up with like 260 yards of offense, which is great. But it just felt like one of those. It's great to win, but you got to learn from these games. And like I mean, we've said it on the show a million times. Like the Bears are heading in the right direction, whether people are going to get
Oh
pissed or
yeah.
not.
If you look at it,
They're
they lose on a blocked field goal. They lose on a crazy Hail Mary. There were some early season, early games that the Colts they should have never lost. Stuff like that you look back at, and it's tough to lose them. But you know what? You move on with your rookie quarterback and just be happy he's playing well.
Look where this team was at 2 years ago, and now look. I understand that you could make an argument that this team should be 7-3 or 8-2 or 6-4, but the fact of the matter is they're 5-5 and look a hell of a lot more promising now than they did 12 months ago, 24 months ago, 36 months ago. It's heading in the right direction, and I understand frustration about wanting Eberflus and everybody gone, but like there is progress being made at the end of the day.
Oh yeah, you got to be happy with Caleb Williams and the way that he is playing and the way that this whole team's playing. Roma Dunze, like I said, rookie. DJ Moore playing pretty well. Keenan Allen had a really good day. Roshan Johnson, who
that pass to Cole Kmet too, finally getting him back involved in that. They got to get Cole Kmet more involved in that offense. He is a very good tight end, and they just don't use him.
Yeah, it's tough too because I mean you don't have so many wide receivers to throw to. And I mean,
yeah,
it's a good problem to have.
But like my thought behind that is the fact that he's a rookie quarterback. He's got to have that safety valve, and a lot of times those young quarterbacks get bailed out. I mean, Jordan Love is just as guilty with Taylor Kraft and Luke Musgrave. His first year and a half.
The safety valve is usually DJ Moore throwing it right to that corner. They don't usually use Cole Kmet as that. He blocks a lot.
I know, but I think that's something they need to continue to work at because they have a very talented tight end. And
they do, but I think he's talented at more places than just catching the ball too.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I don't disagree on that end either.
Because it's hard you got to make everybody happy.
Yeah, it's a lot of, especially with being, two veteran-led guys like DJ Moore and Keenan Allen. That's a lot of mouths to feed.
I just have one more thing. When the Bears got that fourth down stop and Stevenson went up and pushed two different guys,
I was about to freak out.
He pushes one guy and he gets to no one says anything. Then he goes over and pushes another guy. It's like, dude, what do you just not? What is your problem?
The nice thing is if he does get called for a personal foul, all it does is back him up like 2 feet. But that's so stupid.
I know, but if he gets one there, you got to cut him.
Yeah.
How many
that was
chances
just
do you get?
That was dumb. But it felt good though that the Bears pack, and I'm not saying this to be like condescending or like an annoying Packers fan, but it was a good game and it was fun to watch.
It was really fun to watch, and like you said, I think it's the start of a lot of fun games to watch, not just oh man, it's gonna be one-sided. I think it's gonna be fun for many years to come, hopefully.
I think that I don't think that the streak will end in Green Bay, but I think next year there's a very, very good possibility that this losing streak to Green Bay
is the best I've ever felt after a loss to the Packers.
Yeah. No, I understand why. I even said it, on my drive home from your house, I was like, this I think is the week that this streak ends. The way that Green Bay was playing and the way that the Bears were hanging tough in there, it's going to end at some point. I just think it's going to end sooner than maybe some other Packers fans do.
Yeah. And if you're sad about the Bears game, just go to that 3rd and 19 and just watch how Caleb Williams gets out of that, and it should make you happy.
It should have been his 3rd sack in a row.
That's crazy. It was 64 plays. He had 1 sack and then 2 straight plays, which were the 2 biggest plays of the game, and get sacked.
And
that can't be happening.
The Packers can't wait till there's 3 minutes to go in the game to decide to start pressuring the quarterback because those 3 plays were exactly what they should have been doing, and it's just you can't wait that long. Roshan Gary finally woke up.
The Justin Fields, he has to play a percentage of games. He came in for 1 snap. That should count for 1 game.
Yeah, I think so.
Did you see that?
No, I had a 1-year-old who wanted to watch the cartoons.
They brought him in for a wildcat, to end the game. and he has he's running the ball, and he slid on the 1 yard. He slid 1 yard short, so they got a 4th and 1. Luckily, they got it,
That's tough.
or a 3rd and 1. It was 3rd and 1.
Okay.
And the Steelers they went for it and got it, and they got it, whatever. But I mean, I imagine if they would have gotten stuffed, it would have been 4th. They would have had a chance to go down and win the game. The Ravens would have, because he slid, but I don't think he forgets that when you slide, it's right when you slide.
Yeah, it's when the knee hits the ground.
Yeah, it's like, oh my goodness. He's a nice guy, but it's just like, that's Justin Fields for you.
Yep. He is who he is.
But yep, moving on for the rest of the season. If you look at it, we're not making the playoffs.
I think the goal for you guys got to be is to eclipse 7 wins. That's what you had last year.
I want to see. I don't even care if we do that. Honestly, at this point, I just want to see Caleb Williams be a good quarterback and lead this team, and that's what happened today. And guess what happened? Those sacks were on the offensive line. You get a good draft class and free agents. This will be the first time the Bears haven't had to look for a quarterback in years.
Yeah,
years.
There won't be
at least on one position.
The least you can say is there won't be any sort of quarterback controversy unless Tyler Bagent's dad runs his mouth again.
No, well, yeah, that was. Or I love Sylvie, but that was tough.
Yeah.
But thank you for watching the pregame show, halftime show, postgame show. It was fun. It was tough to watch, but all in all, it ends well. And the Bears hopefully have a quarterback for the future. And I think the Bears and Packers are going to – it's just getting more fun now.
Yeah, absolutely. It was one of those that just felt good to have this rivalry back, and I am obviously glad the Packers pulled it out, but it was, like you said, fun game all around. I'm not.
I still don't know how the Bears lost to the Patriots.
Yeah, that's a bad loss. That's a really bad loss.
But it's the NFL.
Yep, exactly. It doesn't. We can talk about it from Monday or Tuesday morning all the way through Sunday morning, and it doesn't matter. They still got to strap the pads up and go play. So
all I heard this week was the Bears had no chance. It was not even close, whatever, and they made it a game. That's the NFL.
Yep, that's why you don't play it on paper.
No. But again, thank you for watching, listening. This was the post-game show of the Bears Packers. We love you all.
Peace.